Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you guys are enjoying the content that we're throwing up. And make sure you guys hit the like button if you enjoy the video. And yeah, let's begin. Okay, what's going on, guys? This is Rob, and today on our Omega Beyond Omega level series, we're going to discuss a character that I think is often overlooked when thinking of the most powerful characters in the DC universe. But he definitely deserves to get more respect than he actually does. We, of course, are talking about Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern. Now, Larfleeze first appeared in Green Lantern number 25 in 2008, and in terms of his origin, we have very few details about his past, and really don't even know his true name, as Larfleeze is simply an alias that he uses. What we do know about him is that he comes from a species that lives an extremely long time, and is himself believed to be billions of years old. Now, Larfleeze is kidnapped and forced to work as a slave for cruel masters who often starve and mistreat their slaves to weed out the weakest among them. And after laboring in horrible conditions, Larfleeze begins to hear the voices of the possessions of the ruling class calling out for him to own them. And so later, Larfleeze would escape his captors and form a guild of thieves who stole a box from the planet Maltus, the original homeworld of the Guardians of the Universe. And so they end up following a map left by the former Guardian Krona, which led them to a temple on the planet Okara in the Vega system, where they find a power battery that contained the orange light, representing avarice or greed on the emotional spectrum. And so with all of them wanting the power for themselves, the band of thieves ends up turning on each other, and only two of them are left, Larfleeze and another thief named Turpa. Now, it's at this time that the Guardians of the Universe end up catching up to the thieves and offer them a deal to allow them to keep the orange light if they remained in the Vega system and return the box they stole from Maltus, which of course housed Parallax, the entity of fear. Furthermore, the Guardians stipulated that having two individuals in possession of the orange light would be too much of a danger to the rest of the universe due to unpredictability, so only one of the thieves could receive the power of the orange light. And to that end, Larfleeze and Turpa battle to the death, with Larfleeze winning and taking the power for himself. And so upon gaining the power of the orange power battery, Larfleeze adopts the codename Agent Orange and becomes the only Orange Lantern in the DC universe. And as mentioned earlier, the orange power ring is powered by avarice or greed. Now, the orange power ring grants its wielder all the standard powers that the other various rings provide, most notably flight and the ability to create hard-like constructs. But the orange ring has some unique characteristics as well. For instance, Larfleeze is able to steal the essence of anyone he kills and add them to his army of orange-like constructs. These constructs act as orange lanterns of a sort in that they can go out and steal the essences of others and continue to add to the core, creating exponential expansion. The orange light also has the ability to absorb the constructs of other lanterns and even constructs made by the Guardians of the Universe. The only exception to this seems to be the violet energy of the Star Sapphire ring, since it's powered by love and therefore immune to the effects of greed, and the blue light of the blue power ring, powered by hope, since avarice cannot erode hope. And in fact, blue rings are able to negate the effects of the orange power ring in some instances, and blue lanterns are able to negate the insatiable greed that orange ring wielders feel when putting on the ring. But the real thing that separates Larfleeze from the rest of the various lanterns of the DC universe and makes him so powerful is that he's basically a one-man lantern corps. While the various other lantern corps have many individual lanterns tapping into the central power battery, and in fact there's over 7,000 Green Lanterns, for example, Larfleeze is too greedy to share his power with anyone, so he's the only one that's tapping into the orange power battery, meaning that he's able to essentially mainline the entirety of the greed aspect of the emotional spectrum. As a result, while most lanterns can charge their rings to a level of 100, Larfleeze was able to charge his ring to a level of 100,000, which theoretically would place him at 1,000 times more powerful than any other lantern at full charge, which has led to him being described as a biological power battery. Now, Larfleeze has demonstrated his immense power against a number of extremely powerful opponents. For instance, he incapacitated Atrocitus, the leader of the Red Lantern Corps, with one shot, and has broken through the green hard-light constructs of Hal Jordan, considered by most to be the greatest of all the Green Lanterns, and did this even when Hal was drawing power from both green and blue power rings. He also defeated an entire pantheon of gods, and while we don't know much about the gods of the House of Tuath Dan, as they only appear in one issue and basically just serve to be punching bags for Larfleeze, they're still described as deities and as such are presumably pretty powerful. He's overpowered Krona, a member of the Owen race that eventually became the Guardians of the Universe, that's capable of wielding the power of the emotional spectrum, and battled Kyle Rayner to a stalemate when he was also channeling the entirety of the emotional spectrum, which arguably puts Larfleeze on par with the entirety of the emotional spectrum itself. Larfleeze has also single-handedly overpowered the Guardians of the Universe, the group responsible for creating the Green Lantern Corps and are nearly omnipotent beings. Furthermore, Larfleeze inspired such fear in his opponents that John Stewart was hesitant to face him, even with the aid of the Guardians of the Universe and the White Lantern, Kyle Rayner. So yeah, Larfleeze is pretty OP, and due to the fact that he's constantly tapped into a seemingly limitless source of orange light energy, could likely destroy a planet without much difficulty. I think beyond this, along with the fact that he has overpowered universe-level entities such as the Guardians of the Universe, will allow us to easily place Larfleeze at beyond Omega level, and I think he's really a character that needs to get more respect when thinking about the most powerful entities in the DC universe. With that being said, guys, we're going to bring this video to an end. If you are new here to Comics Explained, make sure you guys hit the sub button to become part of the Rob Corps. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, and I will catch you all later. Peace. Okay, I want to give a shout out to Kyle B, David Joseph, Ben, John H, AJ, Matt N, Jeff R, John H, Lean and Mean, which is an awesome name, Jason C, Austin S, Austin H, Joey M, Steven Z, Austin B, Adam K, and Genosis 916. Remember guys, you can send me messages and I'll run off whatever your message is at the end of the video, so long as there's nothing crazy. But if you want to put a message in there, send me an email, rob@robertjefferson.com, and if you're one of these people who gets shout outs, then I will tack it in there. And yeah, thanks for watching guys.